Hello there, welcome back to Brilliant Minds. Today, we're going to talk about a boy who changed the way the entire world searches for answers. His name is Larry Page, and he helped create something you probably use every single day: Google. When Larry Page was a little boy growing up in Michigan, USA, his house was filled with computers, books, and science magazines. His dad was a computer scientist. His mom taught computer programming. Even dinner table chats were about robots and technology. From the time he could walk, Larry was curious. And not just regular curious, he was the kind of kid who would take things apart just to see how they worked. Once, he even took apart an inkjet printer because he couldn't believe how the paper came out so perfectly. He wanted to build a better one, and he wasn't even 10 yet. Larry loved to invent things. He made little robots, designed flying machines with fans and string, and built models out of Lego. He once said that as a child, he knew he was going to start a company. He just wasn't sure what it would be yet. At school, Larry wasn't the loudest or the coolest, but he was full of ideas. He read the whole Encyclopedia Britannica before he turned 12. Can you imagine reading an entire book that big? He was fascinated by how information was organized and wondered why it wasn't easier to find the right piece when you needed it. As he grew older, he went to university to study computers. That's where he met someone named Sergey Brin. Sergey was smart, funny, and just as curious as Larry. They didn't become best friends right away. Actually, they disagreed a lot, but sometimes when two very different minds come together, amazing things happen. One day, Larry had a big idea. What if there was a better way to search the internet? Back then, the internet was like a messy jungle. You could search for cats and get results about catfish, Catwoman, or even people named Catherine. It was confusing. Larry imagined something different, a way for the internet to show you the most useful and popular answers first, like a magical librarian who knew exactly what you meant. He and Sergey got to work. They stayed up late writing code, building their own servers out of toy boxes and spare parts. They tested their search engine on university computers, and they called it Backrub. Yes, really. Eventually, they renamed it Google, a play on the word Google, which is a 1 followed by 100 zeros. That's because their goal was to organize an enormous amount of information. At first, nobody believed in them. One company even laughed and said, kids shouldn't be trying to build search engines. But Larry didn't give up. He believed in his idea and kept going. And then, it worked. Google became faster, smarter, and more helpful than anything else out there. Suddenly, people all over the world were saying, just Google it. But Larry didn't stop there. He dreamed of self-driving cars, internet balloons that could float over countries without Wi-Fi, and even using robots to explore space. He helped create a company called Alphabet, full of projects that sound like science fiction, but aren't. Today, Larry Page is one of the most influential tech creators in history. He's not often in the spotlight, and he prefers to keep his life private. But his ideas have shaped the internet and our world. And he's still curious, still asking questions, still dreaming big. So, what can we learn from Larry Page? That it's okay to be different. That asking questions, even really big, weird ones, can lead to incredible discoveries. That taking something apart might just help you build something the world needs. You don't need to know all the answers now, you just need to stay curious. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again soon for another amazing story.